We earn money, save money and buy things. Living beyond the economic cycle is impossible. What trends are dictated by world markets and how does it affect consumers? Watch it in People and Economy. In this program you will know how a lawyer became a furniture maker, what are the most in-demand jobs and how much do blue collars earn. 8 years ago, Anton Kalayev was a lawyer who could not even think that his life would change dramatically within 1 year. Everything began when a woman whom he knew and who ran a furniture shop suggested him to assemble sofas and wardrobes. And he agreed after a moment's consideration, despite the fact that by that time he had no proper experience. Everything was based on the youthful enthusiasm. We took a sofa, dismantled it, and then tried to reassemble it. At that time it seemed to us that we could employ people who would work instead of us and we would stay in office and get dividends. But destiny had other plans for that. We had to work a lot. In evenings I went to the workshop and assembled sofas. Anton started his business in difficult times. In 2008, many companies in the country suffered as a result of the global financial instability. And that was the time when Anton decided to resign from his position and dedicate all his time to the production of furniture. The most difficult task was to build a team.
Первое, что мы начали делать, это мы начали делать диваны. Он до сих пор у нас стоит на потоке диван, называется модель «Дебют».
At the beginning, we assembled sofas. Currently, there are no people in my team whom I employed in the first days. This is because I preferred cheap labor instead of professional workers. It was a problem because I had to do a lot of things myself. In the course of time, besides sofas, people asked us to make something else, for example, wardrobes or shelves. Little by little, we started to assemble carcass furniture. Nowadays, we mostly do carcass furniture.
Где-то полку, то есть так мы пришли к корпусной мебели. И сейчас в итоге, наверное, большую часть мы все-таки делаем корпусную мебель, чем мягкую мебель.
Earlier, Anton did not even think that it was quite difficult to find skillful workers until he faced the problem of personnel deficiency. Before that time, he supposed an office work was the best one in view of its stability and a high salary. However, it was not always so, and that is always good when a person is capable of doing something else after losing the principal source of incomes. Nowadays, Anton does not regret that 8 years ago he ran a risk and went to work in a noisy workshop instead of a cozy office.
Я даже когда учился, у меня особого желания и рвения к вот этой юридической работе не было. Ну, то есть это
Even when I was a student, I was not too enthusiastic about the lawyer's work. I had a successful career, but I wasn't internally content. But here you know that you are doing a thing which will serve people for many years. So because of that, I feel much happier when I do something real and when I can touch my work.
То есть в этом плане очень приятнее работать именно на производстве. То есть, когда ты можешь почувствовать, пощупать результаты своего труда.
Turners, builders, furniture makers, welders, bricklayers and plumbers are the most in-demand specialists in our country. The surveys of the National Chamber of Entrepreneurs of Kazakhstan have shown that nowadays the local labor market is short of blue-collar workers.
Вот как раз в Казахстане годами складывается последние годы тенденция именно.
Over the last years, the demand for workers grew in Kazakhstan. Nowadays, the Ministry of Healthcare and Social Development offers about 20 to 25,000 vacancies on its website. 80% of them are construction, industrial and agricultural workers, such as tractor drivers, locomotive drivers, bricklayers, carpenters, adjusters and so on.
Строительной отрасли, это специалисты сельскохозяйственной отрасли, это трактористы, это машинисты, это каменщики, плотники, монтажники и так далее, и так далее.
Earlier, blue-collar jobs were usually low-paid. Nowadays, the situation has changed. Currently, salaries of industrial and construction workers are quite high. There are vacancies for blue-collar workers with salaries 500,000 tenge and more. Normally, the level of competition at the online labor market is 4.5 applicants per place. But as for blue-collar jobs, there is only one job offer and 0.1 candidates per place. So we can see that finding a job on job portals is very easy.
джоб-порталов.
Among the most in-demand professions in the real economy of Kazakhstan are painters, builders, welders, mechanics, plumbers, bricklayers, and finishers. Nowadays, many local enterprises are facing the problem of personnel shortage. Experts explain this by the two factors. The first one is that young people underestimate non-office professions. The second one is the low qualification of existing specialists. Employers give preference to professionals who can operate modern equipment. At the same time, few organizations wish to offer young specialists work-based skills training. Therefore, the quality of education in domestic colleges and universities is very important in training of skilled workers.
Рабочая профессия – это фундамент для современного специалиста. На сегодняшний день рабочие профессии присваиваются.
Industrial specialties are fundamental for today's specialists. Currently, industrial qualifications are conferred by domestic colleges. In the process of training, students acquire all necessary skills, and approximately at the second year of studying, they are given industrial professions. As a result, graduates can immediately find a work or continue their education.
Присваивается рабочая профессия, в результате чего выпускник уже может устроиться на работу, либо продолжить обучение уже на среднетехническом и высшем обучении.
Several years ago, domestic colleges and some enterprises concluded agreements on dual education. This system is widely used in Western countries. Students spend more time not in classrooms, but for example at a factory where they do an internship. Experts are confident that it is convenient for students and employers. The first receive a work experience and the second find potential workers. In Kazakhstan, more than 2,000 enterprises and 180 colleges joined the dual education system. In addition, many educational institutions have all necessary equipment. Therefore, before undertaking their internship, students can acquire certain knowledge and skills.
В нашем колледже практика имеет следующую структуру. Это учебная практика. Она проходит в наших цехах. По каждой специальности у нас
Internship in our college is organized in the following order. Students of all specialties get their experience in our workshops. Industry experience centers have been created for each specialty. They are equipped with all necessary laboratories and industrial machines. After the internship in the college, our students are offered on-the-job practice. They are given tutors who share their experience and knowledge with them.
где каждому студенту уже выделяется наставник, который передает свой опыт и все свои знания.
When Anton Kalaev employs new workers, he first of all focuses his attention on their knowledge and experience. 90% of his business success depends on the personnel because his employees make furniture to order.
Опыт — это все, видите, это когда вот собеседование.
Experience means everything. During the job interview, I always ask applicant about where they worked and what they did. If a contact has been established, a candidate fulfills the first order and in this manner demonstrates his skills and experience.
Пошел, а дальше уже смотришь на работу.
Nowadays, a lot of companies are seeking for experienced industrial workers. The majority of them are mining and processing companies. And this is not surprising. The Industrial Development Program is being implemented in Kazakhstan. Plants and factories are being opened throughout the country. Hundreds of working places are being created.
Очень много компаний логистических, которые также заинтересованы в специалистах, рабочих специалистах.
There are a lot of logistical companies which are looking for industrial workers. There is a growing demand for highly specialized workers such as sling operators, bulldozer drivers, geodesists, geomatics engineers and land grader operators. The most interesting thing is that such workers earn 400,000 to 500,000 tenge and more.
И самое интересное, что и зарплата от 400-500 тысяч тенге.
High salaries of such professionals can be simply explained. Their specialties are rare. In order to raise interest among job seekers, they are offered employee benefits, including accommodation, insurance, payment of fares, and many more.
Мы как организаторы премии HR Brand.
As the founders of HR Brand Award, abroad, we can observe that mining enterprises do their best to hold up such specialists. Moreover, they invest into their education. Thus, employers are often willing to invest into employees with secondary special education and offer them some additional courses. So industrial workers have a lot of advantages.
Работодатели готовы вкладываться и оплачивать обучение.
In order to attract more young people to the industrial sector in Kazakhstan, it was decided to modify the system of secondary professional education. From next year, technical and occupational education will be available for free. Educational grants will be first of all given to industrial workers and only after that for economists and lawyers. According to the Ministry of Education and Science of Kazakhstan, currently almost 500,000 people study in local colleges and only 98,000 of them learn trades. Employment Roadmap State Program also allows to acquire a professional education. Unemployed and self-employed people can learn a new trade absolutely for free.
В Казахстане довольно такая уникальная действует программа «Дорожная карта».
Employment Roadmap is a unique program which requires major investment. In particular, we offer it for the unemployed and self-employed. Under this program, people have a chance to get professional qualification. In addition, they are paid a scholarship and fared to the place of training. In such a manner, people get new profession or raise their previous qualification. This makes people more competitive on the labor market.
Стипендию в этот период. Оплачивается им проезд даже до места обучения.
A lot of money is invested into the development of manufacturing facilities. Only under Industrialization MAP program, several dozens of projects are to be launched by 2019, which imply the creation of almost 40,000 workplaces. The in-demand professions will include sewers, finishers, engineers, mechanics, and many others.
Наш Казахстан стремится...
Kazakhstan is working towards industrialization, and we really need turners, welders, mechanics, testing engineers, and so on. We shall always need them, and school graduates should always remember that technical specialties are always in demand on our labor market. According to the research carried out by foreign scientists, builders, engineers, and doctors are the most in-demand professions of today and tomorrow. Nowadays, major projects are being implemented throughout the world. At the same time, the considerable understaffing forces many countries to employ foreign workers. A good example is the United Arab Emirates. The country is severely lacking domestic engineers and builders. As a result, the proportion of foreign workers in this country exceeds 80%. According to the International Labour Organization, 45% are low-level workers, 37% are mid-level workers, and 18% are highly skilled professionals. The perception that industrial professions are low-paid is not relevant anymore. For example, in the US, an average plant worker earns about $46,000 annually. The salary of a machine operator can reach $80,000 per year. Industrial workers in Germany are also well paid. For instance, builders get more than 2,000 euros per month. Carpenters and glaziers have the same salaries. Engineers earn more than 4,000 euros. On the whole, European countries pay much attention to professional training. A great number of training centers have been opened for this purpose. Experts agree that studying of new technologies and ways of operating the modern equipment will be a great advantage for any specialist and guarantee a successful employment. Anton Kalaev also thinks that a good profession will never stay unemployed. He is fully confident in his specialists. The quality of the final product depends on them, he says.
Хороший мастер никогда.
A skilled specialist will never be left destitute. They always can find a job and get an adequate salary. My duty is only to find customers and prepare sketches. The rest depends on skills of my workers who will assemble and install furniture at the customer's home. But a worker can let you down, do something wrong and mar the impression. Therefore, highly trained professionals are always in demand in our company. History knows a lot of examples when work skills contributed to people's success. Thus, Henry Ford was a man who made a brightest career. He ran away from home when he was a teenager and then worked as a mechanic. He constructed his first vehicle at the age of 30, and 10 years later, he founded his own company. Henry Ford is known as the father of the car industry. He was the first person who made a vehicle which was not a luxury, but an affordable means of transportation.